I was working on Lethal Weapon. I had like a 14-hour, 12-hour shoot the next day, and I drank probably 3/4 of a bottle of the Jägermeister. And it started with, I'm just going to have one to wind down. And then it kept going, and I didn't even waste time with a glass. I just pulled it out of the freezer and kept pulling it out of the bottle.
Hard, dude.
And as I'm drinking it, I'm thinking in my brain, I know I shouldn't do this. This is probably a bad idea. Screw it. I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
And when you can't get past that, when you know it's bad and you do it anyway, that's when you have a serious problem.
Yeah.
I spent all day in my trailer and I went to Barnes & Noble and I bought a book called This Naked Mind. She struggled with it. Her father struggled with it, but he was a movie exec in New York City, and he upped and moved them to the wilderness of Colorado one day. Didn't tell him why. And it was because he had this terrible addiction and he didn't know how to kick it other than getting out of the fast-paced life. That wasn't good enough for her. She wanted to understand like what he went through and why it worked for her scientifically. And so she wrote this book, and I read the back, and it was like, by the end of this book, you're going to be able to have a drink or not. You're going to be able to walk away, no big deal, and not feel like you're missing out. And I remembered I took 30 days off alcohol. I tried for 6 months and I got back on the wagon again, or off the wagon, whatever it is. And I always felt like I was missing out. I always felt like, I can go out, but you guys are having so
Everybody's
much fun.
going out and having fun,
And I'm not. I was like, so I don't know if I could touch this book because I really know that alcohol's a no-go for me. And she encourages you, drink the way you always drink while you read this book. And don't devour it. Read a couple pages a day and really start to understand it. And by the end of it, you won't want to drink anymore. And I'm like, this sounds nuts. I devoured the book in 2 days. I didn't have a drink since.
Wow.
And I didn't continue drinking because I was so enthralled with, she kept saying, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. And I'm like, but it is my fault because I'm saying I don't want to do it and I do it anyway. And she goes into the science of how the brain works and why that's happening.
Wow.
And I was amazed. And my life has been unequivocally better ever since.